Okay, guys, so of course I have to continue to report on this until there's no longer any tea to spill. Now, some things got very interesting yesterday. Now, Mollie posted a video with some messages from Corey. Now, I'm not going to read these messages out. You guys can pause and read them. Seems like they were doing some meeting up. Now, apparently, Corey is stating that this is not him in these messages. Now, then Mollie posted his phone number. Now, all tea, all shade, the dark room put this number into like a fast people search app, and Corey's name and address popped up that was registered to this phone number.
That is not my number. This why you pushed it, bro? Yeah, old, bro. It's 2 years old, bro. Goofy, goofball. Oh my God, bro. Y'all weird as. What's she gonna say next, y'all? She got my email next. Weirdo. First she gonna say she got my email next, man. You got my email. You got my email next.
Now, I'm not blanking out the number because this is no longer Corey's number. Now, you heard first he said that's not my number, and then he said it's an old number. Now, all tea, all shade even put this into the Cash App and see that this account is linked to Corey. So, okay, guys, now we have some investigating to do because now we have to go back and look at the dates on these messages, because underneath the post, Corey also stated, "Those not my messages. Y'all about crazy as H to really believe this. I went live already and proved all this was a lie." Also, on those dates, I was in Houston, so how the F I meet you in Alabama? Make it make sense, Goofy. I even said let's go to court and take the DNA test. Now she said no. Now, before we get into the DNA test, let's go back to those dates. August 7th through the 10th, Corey stated he was in Houston. Now, Mollie actually pulled up this video from August 9th of 2020. Now, listen to what Carmen had to say about where Corey was.
And guys, today's Friday. Corey's out of town. He'll be back Sunday. Hopefully it's Sunday, because 9 out of 10 every time he out of town, he never comes back the same day he says.
Okay, so let's pull the calendar out on this one. So Friday the 7th of 2020, Carmen actually posted it on the 9th, but she recorded it on the 7th because she stated it was Friday. Now, Corey was in Alabama. That would mean the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th, which are the days that are on those messages. So the days that Mollie was stating that Corey and her were meeting up in 2020, that seems to actually match because Carmen stated he was out of town during that time. So now let's get into this whole DNA test thing. Now, I had someone on Instagram DM me a message that they had with Mollie. Now, I'm going to read out exactly what Mollie stated. Okay, so the person says, "So you don't want to do the DNA test?" And Mollie responds with, "Huh? I never said that. I'm talking about him dragging this." And then the person says, "Well, Corey on live right now, he said tell you that he's willing to do a DNA test long as y'all do it at the courthouse." Then Mollie says, "And he also talking about getting full custody, saying that I'm an unfit mom. What the F is wrong with him? Somebody just sent me the live. What the H word? Why he need an answer? If I been asked him for a DNA, we not going to no courthouse, because I be damned if he have any type of custody." Now, this is what I'm going to say about this, and I think Mollie knows this too. There are all types of videos on the internet of Corey stating things about this child, about her. I highly doubt that the courts will give Corey full custody by stating that you're an unfit mother. Now, to me, this is sounding like an excuse for her to get out of the DNA test. I mean, she was pushing the DNA test because she thought Corey was never going to take it. Now that he's agreeing to take it, she's not wanting to do the DNA test, which to me doesn't make sense. It's not adding up.
For real, you want to be honest with y'all, because it's like at this point, gang, you keep talking about some old text messages from 2 years ago, I guess, I don't know. She keeps showing text messages. She keep talking about the baby daddy and all this. Man, I'm out here. Everybody keeps saying take the test. I proved to y'all. I showed the video where the girl said we took a test. I said, let's take another test. I said, what is it? You really want to take a test? Let's take a test. Let's take a test. She don't want to take the test. She don't want to go to court. It's like, so, at this point, gang, I ain't even entertain that damn girl, man. I got nothing good. That girl can go my business. I'm about done. Over it. It's a wrap.
So now, since she leaked his number, he ended up leaking her grandma's address. Mollie stated, now y'all see what the F I'm talking about. He taking ish too far. You don't do ish like this. And then Corey posts, and still ready to take this test to prove the kid ain't mine. Let's get it. Now, I'm not sure why Corey didn't just agree to this from the jump instead of starting up all this drama, having all this drama going on. I'm not saying he started it, but having all this drama going on after she got on the internet and started saying that this is his child. If it was me, I would have just went, all right, let's just do a DNA test. I would have took the DNA test and posted the results on the internet and just shut the whole thing down, and that would have been the end of it. Because by him denying it, now she's going to keep asking for it because she knows that he's not going to take it. So she has leverage there. But anyways, that's just my opinion on the whole situation. Now it seems like Mollie is not going to do the DNA test. That does not sit right with me. If she's not willing to do this DNA test after she's been pleading and begging for it for so long, something is not adding up. And Mollie, it seems like Corey may not be the father of your son. So if you don't take this DNA test, if you back out because you're afraid that he's going to get some type of full custody or whatever like that, I'm sorry, I'm not believing it, but I want to know what you guys think about it down in the comment section below. Now, I don't know much about child support, but I do think that they can work out something to where if the father is paying child support, that the child gets to like either spend the summer or get to go on the weekends with them or something like that. Now, I'm not sure if that's what Mollie is trying to avoid, but I mean, she has proof that Corey was talking crap about this child. All she has to do is present that to the courts and like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with my child going over there or unsupervised visits. I mean, she can make it really difficult for him by the things that he stated if this is his child. But again, that's just my opinion. As always, I want to know what you guys think about this down in the comment section below.